Hey boys and girls, Matt Comer, Knoxville, Tennessee's Dean of Fun here, and today we're going to be working with addition up to 5, alright? So, in order to do this, we're going to show our work 3 different ways. We're going to show our work using pieces of paper, using cubes, and actually drawing bubbles to find our answer. So let's go ahead and begin. I have some other videos out on how to add up to 5. So when you're done with this video, you can always check those out on my YouTube channel. But let's go ahead and get started right away. I'm going to write down a math equation that says 2 plus 3 equals, and I'm going to draw a box here, and that's just going to stand for my unknown sum. Okay, let's go over some math terms real quick. When you're doing a math equation, an equation is what you're looking at right here. The 2 plus 3 equals, that's an equation, okay? Also, there's some symbols in math. You have a plus sign. Plus sign means that you're adding on, counting on, you're putting things together. And when you see the equal sign, that is what you'll usually see at the end of an equation, but doesn't have to be at the end of an equation because the equal sign means same as, okay? So this side has to be the same as this side. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Oh, one last thing. The answer to an addition problem is called the sum. So when we're finding the answer, we're actually finding the sum of 2 plus 3. Let's show our work first by using paper. I'm going to use purple paper, and underneath the 2, I'm going to show that quantity using purple paper. 1, 2. Okay? And then under the 3, I'm going to show a quantity of 3 pieces of red paper. 1, 2, 3. Cool. I'm going to double check my work real quick before I move on. So under the 2, I should have 2 pieces of purple paper. 1, 2. Under 3, I should have 3 pieces of red paper. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now comes the next part. I look at the sign. The sign is a plus sign, which looks like a lowercase t. And that means that we're going to be putting things together. You can do that with me at home. Put things together. Put things together. All right, so we're going to put them together. I'm going to slide them to the other side of that equal sign because this has to be the same as that. Now I'm going to stack the paper nice and neat into a straight column. And then the last thing I need to do is I need to count my paper to find my sum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to double check my work because every great mathematician always double checks their work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My sum is 5. So 2 plus 3 equals 5. You can also say that another way because the equal sign means same as. You can say 2 plus 3 is the same as 5. Cool. Let's go ahead and put our paper up, and we're going to solve it using a different way. The next way that we're going to solve it is by using cubes. You might call these Unix cubes in your classroom. Cubes, blocks. At my school, we call them Unix cubes. So anyways, I'm going to do the same kind of thing. I want to match the number and put that same number, that same quantity of cubes underneath it. So I've got the number 2. I'm just going to grab 2 cubes out of here. Doesn't matter what color. I'm just grabbing them at random. And I've got 1 and 2. I'm going to double check. 1, 2, 2. Cool. My quantity matches my number. And then the next one is a 3. So I'm going to grab 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to check that again. 1, 2, 3. All right. So now my next step is I know that my 2 matches my 2. I have 3 cubes that matches my 3. I'm going to look at my sign. My sign is the plus sign. That means I'm putting things together. So I'm going to put these together. Now I've got them all together. I'm going to slide them over to the other side. I want to find out what my sum of 2 plus 3 is. I'm going to put these in a nice straight line with a little bit of space in between them. And that way I don't skip over one or accidentally count one twice, I want to make sure that I'm just counting exactly what's there. And I'm going to actually put my finger on these while I count them. That's the cool thing about having actual items when you're learning how to add. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my answer is 5. Or you could say the sum is 5. Now let's read this math sentence just like you would read a sentence in a book. A sentence in a book might have words and punctuation marks, whereas this sentence has numbers and symbols. Here we go. It says 2 plus 3 equals 5. Remember, the equal sign also means same as. 2 plus 3 is the same as 5. And that's how you would read that. Cool. Let's put the cubes up and erase our answer. Now comes my favorite part. Now we're going to draw bubbles to show our work, and this is something that I do with my kindergarten students to make sure that they are showing their work, because it not only gives them an upper hand by actually having something to look at and count, but it gives me an advantage by being able to almost see inside your mind. What were you thinking? Okay. So anyways, under the 2, I'm going to make 2 bubbles. 1, 2, 1, 2. And under the 3, I'm going to make 3 bubbles. 1, 2, 3. Notice that I've got a nice space in between those bubbles, and that's so that it looks nice and neat. I've got them stacked on top of each other, and that way I'm not going to skip one. If it's really sloppy, unfortunately, you're not always going to catch every bubble, okay? So it's better to just be neat and do it slow and do it right the first time. So 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm going to look at my symbol here. It's a plus sign. That means I'm going to put things together. Now, since I can't actually slide these, I'm going to draw a circle around all of the bubbles to put them all together. It's almost like, imagine this. These bubbles are ducks. I've got 2 ducks here, 3 ducks here, and I put them all in the same pond. How many ducks are in the pond? Quack, 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 quack. So now I'm going to count them, and when I count them, I'm going to put a dot in the middle of each bubble. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The answer is 5. So you would read this 2 plus 3 equals 5, or you could say 2 plus 3 is the same as 5. Like I said, if these were ducks, you would say if there are 2 ducks in the pond, and then 3 more ducks in the pond came into the pond, how many ducks are in the pond in all? You would say there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ducks in the pond. Well, I hope this lesson was quacktastic for you, because I think that you're probably a lot smarter now after watching this video. Anyways, remember, practice makes perfect. So you got to keep on practicing and show your work. Use cubes, use bubbles, use pieces of paper, and never give up. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up after myself, because that is almost as important as the original process itself. You got to clean up your mess. Woo! All right, boys and girls. Well, y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. If you want more practice, just check out more videos on my YouTube channel. See you later.